Thank you for joining me. I want to wish you and all of my friends and family around the world a very happy Sabbath this evening and tomorrow. Also, I wanted to share a quote that I ran across this morning. The quote didn't say who it was attributed to, so I don't know who to credit for it, but it really spoke to me. It said, the quote is, "Your past does not need you, your future does." And that really spoke to me. As I get older, I find myself reminiscing about the past, days gone by. But the fact of the matter is that God's goodness and mercy are with us all the days of our life, not just the past. God is also here with us in the present and in the future as well. And while it might be okay to reminisce about the past from time to time, we don't need to live there. God isn't living there anymore. He's the great I am, not the great I was. And again, he's with us today. He's giving us a hope and a future. And it reminds me of what Paul said here in Philippians chapter 3, verses 13 and 14. He writes, "Brethren, I do not count myself to have apprehended, but one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching toward those things which are ahead. I press toward the goal for the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus." I don't think Paul here is just talking about mistakes we've made in the past. I think he's talking about everything in the past. Sometimes we can just be clinging to a good reputation that we had in the past, but not building on it in the present. And so what Paul is telling us here is, good or bad, we're not living in the past anymore. We need to live in the present and build toward our future. Again, God is not the great I was. He's the great I am. And I even think about my dear grandmother who lived to be 100 years old. And she didn't live in the past. We actually had to get her to talk about the past because she was always living in the present. As a matter of fact, I would go over to visit her. And there was a game that I played with her as a child. We'd play cards, we'd play rummy. And I'd ask her, "Grandma, you want to play a game of rummy?" And she'd always say, "No, I learned a new game. Let's play the new game that I learned." And so, again, she was never living in the past. I believe she made it to 100 because she was always in the present, always looking ahead. She was the one learning all the new games and everything. And I just think that was so cool, that she was always looking ahead. And I'm reminded in Psalm 92, verse 14, speaking of the righteous, it says, "The righteous will bear fruit even in old age." So as a lot of us are getting older, we don't have to live in the past. It's good to reminisce and remember good things, but remember, our past doesn't need us. Our future does. And our God is not the great I was. He's the great I am. And he's given us a hope and a future. Let's keep moving forward in Jesus because his goodness and mercy follow us all the days of our life. And he has wonderful things still in store for you and me. God bless you. Have a great Sabbath.